YouTube above average Cody, finally getting back to a full-length video here, and Onyx 1700 seems to be the holy number in ranked SR. It's where you only get +7 and -7 for gains and losses. It's where you can't queue past 2 players in your lobby, and it's a place where above average Cody absolutely does not belong. However, me and Brent have been occasionally queuing up on our 2 main accounts, and I've been getting dragged right up to 1700, at least in terms of the average MMR skill rating. This is the enemy team we actually play against in this one, but we're going to go through some recharge oddball gameplay because I actually have not been playing that bad in the 1700 lobbies. Now, when I say not that bad, there's a lot of room for improvement, but I'm not exactly costing the team these games when I am dragged up here. So I thought this would be a really fun video to go through and not only see what I'm doing right, but walk you guys through my kind of new thought process, if you will, so that maybe you lower ranked players can see kind of the shift in my line of thinking compared to back in when I used to get thrashed in these lobbies, but also these higher level players can maybe judge my thought processes and see how I can maybe be thinking a little bit better in these lobbies. So again, I think we had a 1730 skill rating for our squad, and then the other squad had, 1708, and we're just going to walk through and kind of do like a full VOD review, but we're not going to pick it apart too deep. I kind of just want to walk you guys through my entire line of thinking in these much tougher lobbies, at least for myself here, and this has been a big stride of improvement for me. So guys, hit the sub, hit the like, let's get into it. Now, this first moment here, I actually get thrashed off spawn, but you can see how much, just a little bit more methodical than I have been in the past, because normally, guys, I'm just running out here in like a Diamond 3 lobby to Diamond 6 lobby, but you can see, I know they're going to be there, right? So I try to hit this with a nade because I've been seeing people do that to me when I run that way. So that's kind of the spot I try to hit. And then instead of just sprinting at it, you can see I instantly take that turn to try to get into cover. And although there's players behind me and this start could have gone a lot better, it's just one of those things, because if you don't hug cover in like 1600 lobbies past, you're cooked. You're absolutely cooked. You get slayed so fast across the map. So here off spawn, we're getting some kills, right? And I'm actually being methodical about where I'm moving, right? So Brent gets a kill on Pivmeister here, and I want to run this way and shoot across the map. That's like the old Diamond-like mentality that I've had forever, dude. But it's such a waste of time, especially when you have a teammate solo over here fighting for gold. You want gold, it's shock, the ball's over here. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to turn. I know we have 1 dead, so we technically have the advantage. Now we have 2 dead. Kill feed, guys, kill feed. 2 dead, right? So I'm moving over. I'm kind of looking for action. I see some action here. Now, although this all looks good so far, the biggest thing Brent is drilling into my head is I have to be ready to shoot, right? Brent is literally, he just cleared out gold. He's moving this way to fight. So it is so obvious where there's going to be enemies. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You get the point here. A lot of frames before I'm even ready to shoot. I need to slide that corner, be ADS'd, and be ready to shoot, which if you guys are watching the more recent streams, that's what I'm really trying to focus on, because that's a big difference in not only damage, but winning or losing some gunfights here. So I put in a little bit of damage. Another enemy dies, so that is now 3 dead. We have a huge advantage, so I play for ball, which I stand by. This was the right choice. It's just unfortunate that that grenade hit me, which I'll really say the grenades in these lobbies, guys, are insane. If you are one shot and the enemy has a grenade in their pocket, you're dead. You're already dead. So Brent's really been having me focus on dodging grenades. And it sounds like Brent is like a coach of mine. Again, you guys know Brent, Bandos, Goose, just homies I play with. Brent is a much better player than me, and I'm very fortunate to have him coaching my butt here. And now these 50-50 decisions this is probably one of my worst decisions in this gameplay here, and that is not to fight for ball. Now, I definitely think better about this now because this game's from, I think, 1 or 2 weeks ago now. So we have 2 teammates up in goal. We're 4 up, right? They're already 1 dead. Usually I'd pull up scoreboard nowadays to see how many are dead or alive when I'm flying in. But teammate dies here, right? So now we don't have as much of an advantage on the map. So the main focus is not going to be ball time here. The main focus is getting some kills before we pick up that ball and hopefully secure some map control. Because right now, we don't really have anybody up high. We don't have anybody on the map. So Brent starts moving ball, but this fella loses the gunfight, right? The only sensible choice here is to go into red pipes and help Brent kill this guy that's potentially weak and then circle back and get ball. Instead, I don't realize that in the moment, and I turn and pick up ball, right? So I basically leave Brent there alone for, who knows, a 1v1, a 1v2, and one pushes in red, right? And sure enough, as most of you probably know, Brent dies there too. So if I would have gone through gold and fought there, that guy who pushed in a whirlpool wouldn't have seen anything, and although he might have pushed towards our guy A, he would have probably been more focused with me running into red, and it just would have worked out better overall. Instead, we go 3 dead. And this is something that I've been talking about a lot anytime I'm VOD reviewing, is these little tiny decisions completely change the game. This is the difference between like 1 second of ball time and 15, 20, even 25 seconds of ball time, guys, depending on what shakes out after. There's plenty of what ifs we can go over, but there's not always a clear right decision, but there's always a clear wrong decision, and that was the wrong decision in the moment there. So I'm going to try to let this gameplay flow a little bit more here. So I spawn up, and I want to move towards ball, but I'm going to slow down, right? Because they just died in there. So I'm not just going to sprint in. I'm going to slow up, make sure I hold my ground, let teammates get into position so maybe we can make a play. I'm shooting up top gold. I'm calling it out to Brent. All right, we got a pick. Lido's in there, probably has some damage, so I'm going to fly in and try to make some magic happen here. So I'm going to be methodical about how I move, and it leads to a good double kill. We timed up with teammates, and this is buttery smooth. And again, I told you guys I'm going to talk about my line of thinking here. So Diamond me here, right? Right when I get this damage, I'm running straight at him, right? I'm going to fly right in. But if I do that, there could be one on bottom A door and I get shot in the back. Instead, I'm going to drop off this ledge and see, just take everything in back elevator, and it leads to me getting a double kill. I'm telling you guys, if I push up and drop on Pivmeister here, this guy bottom A door probably fries me. And although I have 2 teammates coming, and they probably clean it up, we'd rather have 3 teammates up than only 2 teammates up, right? So I'm very much priding myself on some of those decisions. Now, the bad decision there was picking up ball and not breaking the angle, so it's not all sunshine and rainbows in my gameplay right now, but I'm really proud of myself for making some of those little changes to my gameplay. Spawn up, got to be more ready to shoot. A little slow there, but that's fine. We're backing out. We're playing life. And I'm going to be very careful, and I really want to hug this corner. Don't hug it quite tight enough, and then I try to get to the pillar. If I got to the pillar a little bit earlier, like, you want to be in those areas where you have more than one direction to go, because A door, you're kind of just like left, right, you know, one or the other. So I spawn up here, and I see we have a pinch on ball, so I have to get there fast. I need to push this, because either A, I kill ball and secure tower, or I push through and help Brent. And we actually end up securing all the kills, so we're actually pretty good to go here. Teammates picking up ball. I believe we still have them 2 dead now. And I'm going to shoot across and try to help teammate because he appears to be moving ball to C. I see an opportunity to get some ball time, so I'm going to grab it. However, Brent goes down, so I'm going to jump up and try to play that ball, but I do not, and it does not work out for us very good. That's a pretty decent size mistake there because just playing ball would kind of reset, but also it's not horrible because they weren't really quite ready to pick up the ball either, so it gives us time off spawn. And I just want to point this out really quick because Brent's been trying to drill it into my head. So just for the sake of reinforcing it to me and letting you guys know what I'm trying to work on here, it is splitting the map. If you have advantage or map control and the objective's on the opposite corner of the map, the diamond mentality is to take the long route around the edge of the map. You know, hug the edge of the map. It keeps you safe, man. You can't take any damage. But you're also not going to take damage if there's nobody in position to shoot you, right? There's nobody in position. I see that. I have teammates across the map, so we're going to take a very quick path. It's not as quick the way I'm doing it, but you want to get there fast is the moral of the story here. So I get in here. I'm ready to shoot. Doing my best to play my life, but I run into one, and I actually just trade melees out, and then they clean up the damage, which is all right. But that's one of those moments that's definitely leading to my, like, a lot lower damage, because I get there a little late, you know, I push a little slow, I'm kind of like, huh? Kind of ready to shoot, but not quite ready. Like right here, you can see it's taking me that split second there, and these are things that lead to a lot less damage, a lot less kills for me in these lobbies, is, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 frames of time before I'm ready to shoot. And it's like, oh, Cody, that's like a fraction of a second. What are you talking about, bro? But it's like, dude, you don't, in these lobbies, anybody that plays in these lobbies knows how quick everybody shoots, and it's like kind of crazy, man. And like if you're like at my level and you jump into these lobbies after playing in like Diamond 3 lobbies for so long, you're like, oh my god. So those little frames of time really matter. Here I fly up into a 2v1. Not a good moment there, and I don't remember what I could have done a little bit better here. Again, I've auto-reviewed this with Brent on the live stream. Maybe I'll link the live stream below if you guys want to do that, or let me know if you want to see it in a full-length video. Here I choose to play slow, and then all of a sudden I decide to push it, I think. Yeah, so I don't really like that decision. I think patience was the right one there, or if I would have pushed earlier, instead I kind of hesitated, waited, and then went in. So just kind of horrible timing for myself there. And I see ball out here, and they're top gold, so I'm kind of chilling to see what we're going to get cross map here, because I don't think we have much of an advantage. So we're going to try to secure an advantage. I'm very lucky to get that melee trade there, which that's okay. If I don't get the trade there, I think I'm a little bit more upset with that play, but also standing in one place for a little too long. So I'm going to jump up top C here. They have ball gold now. Camel's coming up. I have to look at this. I actually helped Brent first, and I don't even look over at that camo. I need to see this play again. I might have been assuming that teammate had it there. So I spawn up C. I clearly see camo there. At no point do I look. That's kind of a missed opportunity in my opinion there, because I don't think we had them multiple dead. So I melee trade. I just want to really break this down, guys. Again, I haven't looked at this game in about a little over a week here. Yeah, we didn't have an advantage or anything. I got to look camo here, man. But you can see how I've already developed better. Like, this game's from 2 weeks ago, man, but we've been VOD reviewing, and I've been trying to get a lot of practice in. So I've been trying to think, like, a lot deeper about what I'm doing on the map. So I'm very lucky teammate grabs camo, and I choked that gunfight. This has been happening so much. This is why Brent wants me to octagon more with him. I've been trying to do it with Brent every time before I play, because it's like, dude, this is a win. This is a win. Look at this little windmill over his head here. Right here. Right here. Come on. I went right up and over. I missed 2 bullets, man. We got to win those, though. That's a game-changing 1v1 right there. Got to win that. But the biggest thing is if you get first bullet, stay in the fight and try to win it. If you don't get first bullet, back out and try to wait for help for sure. I see teammates damaged, so I'm going to move up past him, try to help him out. Get a nice little kill there on Lynx trying to get the ball. And now I'm going to push through gold, overlook the map a little bit, take some damage, but I'm going to reach out because I see teammate there about to fight him. Another diamond moment, another potential diamond moment here, right, is in the past, when I take these bullets, I'm horrified, dude. I am scared. I'm backing out. I'm hiding in the corner. Waste of no damage, waste of time. Instead, I see Lido about to be able to help me, so I'm going to chow back out and shoot him, because he's going to see Lido come out, and he's going to have to shift his vision to him, because I'm in a position where I can just duck out, right? So if he shoots me, I'm just going to hide, and then Lido's going to kill him, right? So he's going to prioritize Lido, because Lido's out in the open, and he might be able to get a kill on him. And instead, we get the nice little team shots there. And that's what I'm talking about with how quick you can die in these lobbies, because that's what, like, every gunfight looks like against most of these teams, man. Clean up some damage there on Kevo. I get the shock rifle. Hit a nice shot there on Lynx. And see, that was... Somebody actually pointed this out in my gameplay. If you're the one that commented this, feel free to take some credit here. Somebody actually commented one of my videos saying how ready I am to shoot when I have the shock or the sniper, but I'm not always that ready to shoot, because watch this. And I just pointed out how long it takes me to shoot. I have the shock, right? I get in vision, right? He's first coming to vision. There's 1 frame, 2 frames, 3. I'm already ADS'd on him, and I'm lining up the shot, right? I'm never that ready to shoot with the bandit. So whoever pointed that out, man, you are absolutely correct. But hey, at least I'm doing it some of the time. I'm not doing it, like, with both. I have an opportunity to grab ball, and I'm not used to teammates helping me grab ball. He knows I have shock, so he grapples it up, and I'm like, damn. That feels alpha for sure, having the shock and being able to not grab ball. But, hey, I was going down to grab it, so I'm ready to go. I got one pushing me long. I'm going to try not to choke this, but I barely get clipped trying to back up. And this is a big time to live up, because if you see here, guys, the moment I die, right above the webcam here, they actually spawn up here. So if I would have lived for a half a second more, this player would have spawned somewhere else. And these are moments that, like, you really don't see unless you go back and VOD review, like, really deeply into your gameplay. And this is stuff, like, pros think about, like, all the time, bro. Because, like, that's why you have to live up and focus spawns. And it feels like most, like, sub Onyx players don't really think about spawns, but it's such a big part of gameplay, especially on games, well, honestly, all of them, but especially on ones like Oddball and OBJ-based games. So here I have some help gold, and I am actually able to sneak through because he fights teammate there. So Gondor actually goes down, so I'm going to push up because I think there's some damage. I actually get really lucky here because Lynx was looking across the map, and I try to choke this, but luckily the GOAT Brent is shooting across the map, so now I have the freedom to try to push towards ball a little bit. It's a little scrappy, so there's some damage, so I'm going to try to be careful and try not to push it too much. And now it's time to just try to live up. Live up, get some damage in, and I do just that. I get some good damage. Teammates should clean up that double. They both clean up the double. So now we have them, and you can see me pull up the map. I'm not just pulling it up to check the score all the time. You have to use this to your advantage. So we have them 2 dead now. We're 3 up. We have the map advantage, so we can think about where we're going to spawn those 2 players while also cleaning up the other 2. So now we have them 4 down. We have free reign on the map. Teammate starts carrying ball into red. I spawn gold. We all know they're coming from C and tower, so we just have to keep them contained. I'm in a good position to get some cross shots, but also we have camo coming up, and nobody's really in position. So I'm going to move up and try to put some pressure on this camo. I don't really like how I go about doing that. I probably could have held top gold a little bit more, but it's like I watch camo and I get in the mindset where I'm like, oh my God, camo, we got to get down there. But it's like, dude, you watch some lobbies, they'll leave camo up for like 20, even 30 seconds before anybody even tries to grab it, because it's not all about just grabbing it. It's also staying in an advantageous position so that once you get them 2 or 3 dead, you can push in and grab that. And I'm going really slow with this gameplay, guys, but I haven't VOD reviewed in a while, and it's actually kind of fun to watch through. It's really fun to watch through these lobbies because I know how much higher it is than my rank, and I'm sure some of you guys are into it as well because maybe you haven't played at a lobby this high. Not saying that I should be all the time, but it's like, you know, if you're making mistakes here, like, the enemy team's going to capitalize on them, basically. Like, in a diamond lobby or lower, you can make mistakes, and they don't always harm you, so you may not realize it's a mistake. But in these lobbies, if you make a mistake, bro, you get punished so quickly, and you can go, don't do that, you know what I mean? But it's like, in like platinum and diamond, you make a mistake and it might still work out, and you're going to be like, oh, that was a good play. When in reality, if you did it in a higher lobby, it's not going to be a good play. Anyways, making some good shots here. And you can see the round's pretty close. We're getting some ball time now, and I'm holding gold here because I'm trying to spread the map a lot more in oddball. Like, it's easy to get, again, another diamond moment. Another diamond philosophy is like staying near the ball. You know, oh, strength in numbers. We can all see. You find in these lobbies, the strength does not come from sitting on top of the ball and having everybody seeing the same thing. The strength comes from having somebody so far away from ball that, well, not so far away, you guys know what I mean, but so far away where the enemy team's not really ready for you to be there, but also you can get damage across the map and you can get that entry damage into them. So when they do push into where the ball carrier and the closer teammates are, they already have the upper hand in the gunfight, and that's what turns what could have been a 1v1 into not really a 1v1 because your other teammate on the other side of the map put in damage. So, right here, 18 and 10, 19, 10, 12 and 15, and then 9 and 14. Pretty balanced across the board. Lido has a lot of ball time here and a lot of kills, so he's going absolutely insane. Only 7 seconds of ball time, but you guys saw those moments where it was like, I was just not in the position where I wasn't the best person to grab ball, and we had the luxury of somebody else usually grabbing it. Down here, they have 2 players struggling quite a bit, and then 2 players playing pretty decent. So now we're going to try to whiz through the second round, so this video is not a half hour long for you guys, but I feel like it's a lot of good information, a lot of fun stuff for you guys. So here, I choose to push gold, and you can see I opt to go up high and slide down through, Because what did I tell you? I've been seeing enemies do this to me all the time. So if you just take that flat route and run straight through, right when you get probably about to here, if they bounce that grenade off, you're taking so much damage. So I choose to go up top, slide down, and I still eat a grenade there. Because guys, everybody in these lobbies knows exactly where you're going to be running and where to throw the grenades. The grenades are insane. So here, I'm a little weak, so I don't go too crazy pushing with Lido, but I actually choose to take a different angle. Miss a couple shots, but I get the kill there. And I actually walk away from the shock rifle, which I don't love here. I believe Brent told me it's time to grab shock there too. I get a nice kill on Lynx, and now I'm going for the shock. So we get this. I assume they're going to be coming from here. I probably could just stayed bat ledge. I probably got some comm from Brent there that he was going to Whirlpool. Try to help out there. And now ball's moving this way, so I know the enemies are going to be up top glass. Good shot there. Again, I'm much more ready to shoot with the shock rifle. It's actually funny. I'm going to come back over, try to help Lido. And now I'm a little bit indecisive here. I definitely got the call out for that guy down there. I would not have known he was there. I'm going to grab ball. I'm going to hop up. I'm going to take a little browse here, and I see they're fighting a Whirlpool, but they didn't quite lose yet, so I'm just going to chill. And now what I'm doing here, guys, I'm looking around for where my spawners are, so I kind of know which way to move, and I see one spawn up on C, so I know it's generally going to be safer there, but now we're losing the advantage, and we're going to get in a fight here. I accidentally bumped the melee button, but right here was a quick analysis. I think I did it for a YouTube short as well, because if I would have hugged this stair line a little bit better, I could have waited because Brent actually comes flying in from top glass. If I held this stair and lived just a second longer, Brent would have flown in, helped me, and we probably could have killed both these guys and potentially both have lived up or at least gotten a 1-for-2 trade. But instead, I die, and then they actually push Brent and die. But this is a diamond moment. This is a diamond moment. I have shock. I think I have the advantage. I just fly up and try to get all the kills I can. Instead, I jump. I panic press the melee. I'm dead, and then right here, Brent in on spawn. We'll see that they actually push through, they chase, and they kill not only Gondor, but also Brent. So that one little moment, that decision to just jump up that stair set and get roasted is a bad play, really bad play. And then right here, just gotta hug this doorway a little bit better. Never leave your cover unless you're like, you have the advantage. Because I overextend out, so he's going to check that, and he just has me right out in the open. He already has the advantage on damage, and that's a free kill. If I would have hugged that A doorway, I could have dipped right back into A and lived up a little bit longer there. So, a little sloppy. We did get 33 seconds ball time, so we're actually in pretty good shape. We have a pretty good advantage here, so we can take our time and push this methodically. I see Gondor flying in pretty quick, so I'm going to get there. Lido cuts the map to try to get there to help, and we already have 2 quick picks, so I'm going to cycle out, look over this camo with Brent. And I meant to jump up on triples there so I can keep more coverage on the map, but I screw it up. So I'm going to go out here, look long haul, get some damage, try to play my life and live up. And, of course, one drops on me because he has the advantage and there's nobody else shooting across, so that's an easy kill for Piv there. And now things are getting pretty scrappy on the map. We're trying to dig our feet in. We get a couple kills, so I'm going to fly up. I'm going to try to fly over and help get the rest of these kills here. There we go. Clean up a little bit of damage. I could probably grab ball here, but they're already spawning up C. And now I'm kind of stuck here in bats, and now I'm dead. So that's one of those moments of indecision where it's like, you got to either go grab the ball, and if you miss that little timing window, you got to just reset. You need another rack of kills. You can't just fly out there and die, because now I'm spawning C. I'm away from the action. Teammates are going down. The only good thing here is they're not getting ball time yet. Not able to drop ball carrier, but we got some good damage, so we're going to try to get over there quickly. And I choose to push through red, push towards red. I accidentally walk past one on A, and getting a little too overzealous there. A little bit of tunnel vision, a little bit of, oh my god, they have the odd ball, we got damage, we got to get over there. It's like, no, you gotta really time the push up with your teammates. Luckily, teammates are GOATs, so they're kind of holding their own there to some extent. Brent's top gold. And I kind of just have to chill, maybe try to get into goal, but I can't push too quickly here, or I'm going to be solo. And there we go. I'm dead. Brent's able to clean it up, though, for the trade, which is very good on his part for flying in and doing that. But it's like I pushed in a little bit too fast there and didn't get much damage down. That's one of those moments that definitely leads to my lower damage stat lines. And now here I see right away, and these are positions you have to see, right? Again, you instinctively want to run towards the ball, like my diamond philosophy. But I see that I spawned up in a perfect position here. They're getting some kills in A. They're going to move ball back. I have Brent over the top. I can do whatever I want here. I can pretty much just chill, shoot across at A, and now I just have to worry that if we don't see anything A, he gets the trade there, that they come C. So I'm going to peek out. I'm roaming around. I have plenty of cover. I have plenty of directions I can go. I'm ready to shoot. There you go. 3 or 4 shots in piv. He ducks. I'm going to check long haul. Damage in long haul. I'm going to back out. Get some more shots in. And obviously I'd like to kill piv there, but overall, that moment was not too bad, but you have to recognize those advantageous positions before you just run away from them. Spawn up, ready to shoot, get some damage. A little bit better with the reaction on shooting. Here, I'm going to try to fight in a gold, but I see an enemy there, but Brent spawns up for the help, so we're going to chuck some nades. I'm going to stay pushing with him, and if anybody walks in, they are going to get absolutely cooked here. And I actually move away from red door, which I should not have done there. And fortunately, I don't get both those kills there. I forgot how that moment went. See, should not leave. And this is, again, how much my philosophy's already changed because, again, we VOD reviewed this, so Brent is drilling this in my head. I audibly said, stay here at red door, and if anybody walks in, they get toasted. And I immediately walk away from red door. So it's like, you see how much the VOD review can really improve you in these moments. So that's definitely what should have happened there. I don't really have to tell you guys why I should have stayed there because you can obviously see it happen. So not only am I pushing in too early to not be able to help Brent, but I'm ditching Brent too early and not helping him. So it's a double whammy in this review here. But so close game here. Ball's in gold. We got everybody up, so I'm going to go out. I can't push too fast or I'm going to eat a lot of damage. They're pinging up a lot of damage in elbow steps. So I'm going to push out. Blue box dead. We have 2 dead as well, so I'm not going to grab that ball just yet, but spawners are close by. So I think I'm able to get it out. I'm going to chill blue box here. And I couldn't see anything on my screen here, but he actually grappled through. I heard the grapple, but I didn't know where he went. So that was a free kill for him, and this VOD review is going to be 30 minutes. I apologize, you guys, if you made it this deep in the video. I appreciate you. I love you. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Let me know what you think down below, and we'll try to wrap up this game here. So I'm kind of just chilling tower. We got ball back C. I'm not just going to panic and run out long haul or anything. I'm just going to try to live up. I see he needs help back C, so I'm going to fly out. They get the kill. I'm going to snag this ball. But I see I have help from Lido, so I'm going to drop, help him secure the kill. I'm panicking, trying to find the ball. And although Camo's coming up, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm going to get some vision on blue pipes because I don't want them just to walk through. We're getting some really good ball time here. I'm going to drop and fight Piv. Brent comes back to help. Reload that gun, pick up the ball. And now I see Brent backing away, so I know some pressure might be coming, so I'm going to try to keep vision. And right here, the reason I drop is I see Lido spawn all the way in red pipes, so we know all the pressure's on top of us. Brent knows it too, so I'm going to chill. I'm going to get a couple more seconds of ball time. I'm going to see how fast teammates can get here. I see the pressure. I'm going to play ball. 89 seconds. We're about ready to bring this thing home. So let's see where we spawn. We spawn up in A here, get some damage. I got to get that kill in red pipes, but we're going to fly at this guy because I have help from Brent. Done. Get 2 kills. One behind us in red. We're going to do our best to buy some time here. See if teammates can get some angle over the top. We get the kill. And I actually try to grab ball. There's only 28 seconds. This is something I really have to see much sooner. But we're up 50 on ball time, so we can easily just play time here. I'm sure teammates were screaming at me to play time. But now I realize it's time to play time. So now I'm just chilling. Actually, no, I go back down to try to grab the ball. Again, 12 seconds, bro. 12 seconds. And I mean, Brent said it's okay if we try to end it there if we have the advantage. But we did not have the advantage. So it was just kind of diamond moment, you know, I'm flying out to grab ball while teammates are just trying to fight over the ball, and it's just kind of humorous. But obviously, we go on to win that one, man. It was a pretty good game. I'm really impressed with how I played for it being a 1700 lobby, so 23 and 27 with 13 assists. We got 1800s in here. We got 1700s in here, and I'll see if I can find the skill ratings here. Here's all the stat lines for you guys. I actually keep clicking through. So yeah, our skill rating was a 1730. Theirs was 1708. And that's pretty much all she wrote, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this VOD review. Good to finally get a full-length video. I'm going to wrap it up here because it's way longer. But it's definitely a good video and a lot to go off of for my future 1700 lobby endeavors. Of course, I was Diamond 6 here, guys. I've been hovering around 1500. But obviously we hope to keep climbing and we'll see what happens. So guys, subscribe, like, comment, channel memberships, and super thanks. Y'all know the drill, everybody. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next one.